I am going to be showing you how to create some great texture on a bob. So what I always love about working with bobs is that they are just a classic shape. And when you add texture to a bob and you create a different feeling for somebody, then it really stands out. Because we take a classic and we shift it out just a little bit. Hi everyone, I am going to add texture to a bob. I already have a little bit of an undercut inside of this shape, so I'll show you that first. And I did this cut a little while ago, and I thought, why not just take it and go a little bit crazier with it? Because there's just a little bit of texture in the bob shape and an undercut. So when we tip this up, you can see that shorter area underneath there. Now, undercuts give you separation and movement where you may not be able to achieve it most of the time. Thank you. I did just get my hair done. So you want to see around? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I wanted a little bit of a different shape. So my friend Zoe did it for me, Zoe Boyson. She's a stylist here in Spokane. She's been cutting my hair for a long time. She's fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to go in and create texture on this bob. Now, I'm going to work with the hair at 0-degree elevation because that's where the shape was actually cut. If I go in and I start elevating this particular line up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten my shape, but I will maybe destroy my line a little bit. So video is not working. Is anybody else experiencing that the video is not working? No? Okay, well, we'll just keep going. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take sections the same shape as my original cut. So I have a slight diagonal forward, which is the line that I actually cut. And I'll do that on both sides. And I went in already and did a little bit of deep parallel point cutting, meaning I went in with my scissors nice and deep into the hair. And these are my 7-inch angel blades, so it's easy to go in deep. But I want to break it up a little bit more. So I'm going to angle my scissor just a little bit more and maybe not go quite as parallel. I'm taking out a little bit more hair. And I really want this to be piecey and, you know, kind of sassy sexy. I'm going to do a little different on the fringe as well. Okay, there we go. Maybe I'll do just one side so you guys can see the difference. What do you think? I think it's a good idea. Because I have to pack for Amsterdam, you guys. As you know, I'm a Goldwell KMS educator, actually just KMS, but the company is Goldwell and KMS. And I'm going to be going to Amsterdam, and I'm doing a show there. It's their global experience, the Cow Salon Global Experience. Is there anybody out there going? I'm trying to read while I'm cutting. Yes, yay. Well, make sure you say hi to me. Okay, come up and say, hey, I said I was going. I'm going to say hi. Okay. Coming in, there isn't much of an undercut here, so the shape is a little more solid. I'm just going in and actually removing. Please put mannequin in the middle. Absolutely. There we go. Thank you. And I'm channeling through the shape. Is that better? I have the mannequin in the middle. Is it in the middle now?
No.
There we go.
There.
Okay, just breaking through. Breaking through. I thought you wanted to see me more than the mannequin. I don't know. I don't know. My new haircut or something. Okay, continuing. And each time I add more to the bottom, I actually don't go through the whole thing. I'm only picking up the hair that I didn't cut before, keeping my comb parallel to the line that I'm cutting, and then removing a little bit of hair. There we go. So I'm breaking this up quite a bit more. I love to break up shapes because the shape is still there, but it actually, you know, has a little more interest to it. So down through the bottom, I want it to be very piecey. And I'm doing just the right-hand side so you guys can see the difference. Okay, there we go. Once again, picking up just that section. These are actually my 7-inch. So these are like the big boys. So I have the 7-inch, I have 6-inch, and I just got in the 5.5. So looking at the difference between the two, you can see the difference between the two. And I'm using my 5.5s more for like finer work, detail work, and I'm loving them, absolutely loving them. Because I've been using my 6s and my 7s for a long time. So it's nice to have a new toy. Okay, breaking through. And you can see how nice and deep I can get into the hair with that 7-inch scissor. So come around here to the front. Can't wait for, oh, there's, okay, I have somebody coming to see me. You guys, I'm starting to work behind the chair again. I was on a 6-month sabbatical, which turned into 8 months, and we're still waiting to get my shampoo bowl in, but I promise it'll be there by the time you and April come. So I'm going back behind the chair, so you're going to see a lot of new content coming, and I'm very excited. I've already filmed 1 full day, and have some great stuff coming at you. So getting that hair right there, and then nice deep point cutting. So really breaking up that line and creating some interest. Now there's a new product that I'm going to use. It's from KMS, and it's a dry texture spray, and it's been really fun to work with because it doesn't have any weight to it. So it gives this really airy texture that will expand this shape very nicely. Okay, there. Okay, so let's take a look at the 2 different sides because both sides originally had texture. Okay, so this side over here, I textured a little bit more, and you can see how that rounds in where this side has a little bit more structure to the bottom. Because of where I cut into, it was consistent all the way around, so it was consistently, the depth was consistent all the way around, and it was in line with my original shape. I'm collapsing that shape in the proper way, in the proper spot. And so instead of it being so strong, it has a softer feel to it. Now let's do the fringe, because I always like working on fringes. And this is one of my fringe techniques called a stair-step fringe. And we go off of the high point of the head, which is where the comb balances when you place it on top of the head. So going like this, head's upright, you can't quite see your chin. And we go off of that point. That's the most that you could ever take and put into the fringe area. I don't want to have quite that much. So just a little, I'll move forward just a touch. So I'm going to work with 3 triangles and create just a nice little curtain fringe, a little pushback. And it's not really even a curtain fringe anymore. It's more of just a soft opening that they can see through. So we'll take off of a center parting, and then I'm going to take 1 small triangle in the middle, then I'll open it up and take another triangle, and then the 3rd one will be the entire section. So let's do that. We'll take the small one first, and this is just so she can actually see. Okay, where is KMS sold? KMS is sold in our area. Cosmoprof has it. Some areas it's direct. If you're in the New York area, Goldwell New York has it. So I would go online and maybe look up Goldwell and KMS and see where it actually is sold. Okay, coming off of the front. Now, if I want this to be heavier, I'm going to leave my elevation low. If I want it to be softer, I will raise my elevation up. I always say there are rules and there are laws, and rules are meant to be broken, as all of us hairdressers know, but laws have to be obeyed. One of the laws of haircutting is that the lower your elevation is, the heavier your shape will be. The higher your elevation, the lighter your shape will naturally become. So I want this to be a little lighter, so I'm going to come up here and work this direction. I'm going to point cut for something different. Thank you. I love that you love my new hair. Okay, so that's the length that we have right in the center, right there. And this is a YS Parks comb. I have these on my website, which is seriousbeauty.com. That's also where you'll find my, my scissors, seriousbeauty.com. Okay, so we have that small triangle in the center. Now I'm going to expand the triangle. So on that center part, I'm just moving back on the parting and creating a bigger triangle. I'll show you that one. That's my second triangle. And then my third triangle will incorporate all of the hair. Okay, so this triangle, I'm going to stair step out 1 finger's length past. So I can see my guide right there. So I'm going to hit my guide and slide 1 finger length past and point cut that. Okay, right there. Thank you for loving my hair. Took a little bit to get it there. You know how it is when you change your hair. It's kind of like, ooh, wow. Because I had my strong bob for a long time. Okay, coming here, and I'm working right in through the center. So I'm right in the middle of my section. I'm not off to one side or the other because I want this to split evenly off of the center. If you wanted it off to the side, you could do a little bit off center. I wouldn't go too far. These are my angel blade scissors, and these are my 7-inch scissors. They're on seriousbeauty.com, or you could go directly to my the link in my bio, and it will take you there. You can see angel blade scissors there. So coming right up, and they're available in 5.5, 6, and 7s. We just got the 5.5s in. Okay, so there's my first guide. I can see it. Sliding that 1 finger's length past, and then 1 more. So this is getting progressively longer because it's traveling further to reach the center, and then also I'm leaving it a little bit longer each time. Okay? So there we go. I love this with a bob because it just creates this soft blend into the rest of the shape. Okay, now I'm going to blow dry this just to round it under just a little bit, and then I call it the magic piece, and it's right in the center. But I have to fix this first. There we go, quick little fix. Part of it wasn't going the right direction. Now I'm going to take my texturizers, and I love doing this technique because I think it's so special because it allows you to still keep the hair off to the sides, but you can still see through it. So we're going to go back to our original fringe section, the little itty bitty triangle I took in the middle. So I want to go back to that. So I'll repart there, and then I'm going back to my original, the smallest triangle. I feel like this is magic. Okay, whoops, gotta hold on to it though. There we go. Okay, now, it doesn't matter if you caught a couple other hairs. It's just going to be cute. So, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go shorter with my texturizers. So these are 41 tooth texturizers, and they remove a lot of hair. So I really like them because I can do a lot of creative techniques with them. I could do a whole haircut with them if I wanted to work that hard, you know. So, okay, coming in, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to cut and just start removing. So I'm not taking 100% of the hair, but quite a bit of it. So I still have some of those long pieces in there. And then when she goes to brush this off to the side, she's got this little bit of curtainy fringe that will help kind of stick the pieces off to the side. So it's just a really cool technique. Just put a little spray on that. And it gives that draping fringe that it's not too short, and it always looks just a little bit longer. So look at that, isn't that cool? Okay, so what we did is we went in and we broke up this one side. Now I want to see texture in it. This is the new product I was talking about, the KMS Dry Texture Spray. So this is, to me, it's kind of like a mix between their makeover spray, which is a dry shampoo, and the playable texture, which gives a lot of texture to the hair. So I'm going to go in and play with this. And you can see that pieciness starting to develop. But that's fun. Okay, so the difference between the two sides, we have one side that was has some texture in it. This side over here, I had already done a little bit of texture, but I went back into the right-hand side and actually went in and did some deep parallel point cutting and really took that hair out. So when you're doing this in the salon, you have to be careful, make sure that you are staying in line with the line that you're cutting and that you're not elevating too high, because we're working on that bottom line. So I want you to try this. Let me know how it works for you. And try this cute little fringe area too. I love that it doesn't even look like there's a fringe there, but there is. So that was those 3 triangles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. And as always, remember that education leads to knowledge. Knowledge creates confidence. And confidence is my goal for people behind the chair. I have a program called Sharp Scissors Society. That's in the link in my bio as well. It's my online membership. And I take all the techniques that I do on a regular basis on my Instagram, and I spend a good 10-15 minutes teaching those techniques. We release 3 of them a month, and then like what I did today, I went on live and I did an entire haircut combining those 3 techniques into one. So Sharp Scissors Society is for that person who really wants to dive into how do you do these techniques? What is the technique, and what is the thought process and the technical aspect of it in the background.